Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you have not subscribed, please click the subscribe button on my channel. Today, I will recap episode 30, titled, Spring Prayer, of Ascendance of a Bookworm. The opening scene continues with the blue-robed priest teasing Mine to squeak, while poking her cheek. Ferdinand advises Mine to give in with the teasing. Mine though, annoyed squeaked, "Pwee, pwee, pwee," several times thinking the teasing would stop. Ferdinand calls the blue-robed priest as Sylvester, and cautions him to stop teasing Mine, as she has a weak body. But Sylvester became curious of Mine's hair ornament and grabs it, loosening Mine's hair. Mine got anxious, trying to get her hair stick back. She started to manifest her mana, much to the shock of Damiel, Karstedt, Ferdinand, and even Sylvester. With quick action, both Karstedt and Ferdinand smacked Sylvester on the head with what appears to be a wood plank. Ha ha ha, it was hilarious. Ferdinand took the hairpin and gave it to Mine. Karstedt then told Sylvester to play with Damiel, much to the horror of the latter. They proceeded to plan their route. Mine tells Damiel she wishes to stay as far away from Sylvester. Damiel expresses that he shares the same sentiment. At the gates, Ferdinand produces his high beast and sword to the skies. Damiel and Karstedt follow suit. Mine observed her retainer's carriage driving through the city. The village people were at awe when they gazed to the sky and watched the high beast descend and land. They were in for a treat, as Sylvester skydives and performed somersaults. I think Ferdinand tried to crush land on Sylvester with his high beast, but Sylvester was quick and flexible enough to dodge it. He even took a pose for everyone. Ferdinand then signaled for the spring ceremony to start. Assisting Mine to the table. Placing her hand on the chalice, Mine started to offer her mana while saying the spring prayer. The village people were amazed, as if witnessing for the first time mana offerings. Afterwards everyone did the prayer pose while giving thanks to the gods. Mine, Ferdinand, and company proceeded to visit one village to another and performed the same ritual. They spent the night in one of the noble manors housing for visiting temple priest. Mine and everyone else were dressed with noble clothing for dinner. Sylvester expressed to taste Mine's dishes, as hers were different from what the rest is having. Mine misinterpreted it and started to eat her meal. Ferdinand had to explain it to her. Mine then offered Sylvester half of her meal. Still surprised of Mine's reaction, Sylvester gave in as he really wanted to taste Mine's food. He was very satisfied that he wanted to trade chefs. Mine tried to dissuade Sylvester, mentioning about Benno's up-and-coming Italian restaurant. She invites Sylvester at the opening, much to Sylvester's delight. Haarspiel playing and sword dance were performed to pass time. The following day they continued to visit other villages. On their way to Geeb Gerlach's domain, they descended got on a carriage. Ferdinand then hands Mine a robe for her to wear, explaining that Geeb Gerlach is one of the noble interested about her. In the Geeb's manner, Gerlach did not waste time confirming if the hooded individual is the priestess and invites them to stay the night. Ferdinand kindly declines the invitation, stating they had pre-arranged to stay at Geeb Liasagang's manor. Upon arrival, Mine retired early as she was not feeling too well. The following morning Mine woke up refreshed but was summoned immediately by Ferdinand. In a waiting room, Ferdinand handed Mine an eavesdropping device. Mine was briefed by Ferdinand, Karstedt, Damiel and Sylvester on what had occurred last night. There was an apparent attempt to kidnap Mine. Unfortunately for the kidnappers, they entered Karstedt's room thinking Mine would be there. A kidnapper was apprehended but committed suicide. The other, Karstedt, was pursuing self-destructed. Everyone stressed that Mine needs to be careful. After the meeting, they left Geeb Liasagang's manor. On their way, Rot was activated. They went to investigate. Damiel was left behind. His mana levels was not as plentiful as the others. To compensate, Mine took hold of the reins and offered her mana. Upon closer look, their attendant's carriage was engulfed with a god of darkness barrier, as well as a group of weapon-wielding people run towards the carriage. Mine, worried for her retainers, was ready to go on a rampage. Sylvester tried to protest as those people can be Ehrenfest citizen, but Mine told him she does not care who they are. She only cares on protecting and making sure her retainers are safe. Ferdinand told Sylvester that Mine cannot be stopped. Ferdinand, to divert Mine's rampage, told her to pray to the wind, if she wished to protect Fran and the others. Mine began to pray to the goddess of the wind, Shutzeria. And instantly her mana begins to manifest. Ferdinand shouted more instructions to Mine, to form a shield over the god of darkness barrier, so that her mana is not consumed. As a dome was formed, the people trying to attack was thrown far, and others had fallen backwards. They have no idea what was happening. Damiel was able to sense mana in the forest. Ferdinand gave orders, for himself, Sylvester, Karstedt to go search the forest, and Damiel to stay in the air protecting Mine. But before Ferdinand could react, Sylvester stood up on Ferdinand's high beast, then leapt toward Damiel's high beast. Sylvester, upon landing, picked up and threw Mine to Ferdinand, who then caught the terrified Mine. He then told Ferdinand he, together with Damiel and Karstedt, will go to the forest to investigate. Ferdinand is to protect Mine. Ferdinand, while comforting Mine, told her Sylvester's actions may be a bit reckless, but he did prioritize her safety, and asked Mine to pray together with him to the god of war Angrif for the success of their battle. Beams of light was shot from the facestones on Ferdinand and Mine's bracelet. Sylvester then took his staff out, and a large red-looking phoenix bird went flying, forming a wall. Then a similar-looking bird, but now colored yellow, flew around the wind dome. Karstedt at the same time transformed his staff to a sword and swung it, then a very loud sound shook the air. As the dust settles, Mine asked if the carriage was okay. Ferdinand said the carriage seemed to be entirely unharmed. Immediately afterwards, Mine flopped backwards to Ferdinand, who then caught her. Mine told him she's out of mana. The next scene shows us that they had set up camp for the evening. Mine woke up with a relived Rosina. Mine was glad her retainers were all right. The episode ends with a glimpse of the aftermath of the battle and Ferdinand checking on Mine. To be continued. You can watch the episodes from the link at the description. Do look forward for my recap of the next episodes. Please check out my other videos, and don't forget to click like and subscribe to my channel. I would also like to hear from you, so drop me a message on our community and comments section. Thank you again for watching. Till next time. Bye bye. Disclaimer. I do not own or claim any ownership rights over any of the graphics, images, songs used in this video. All rights reserved to the respective copyright owners.